Sir, step back. She'll bite. The security guard's voice echoed through the marble lobby of Vostech headquarters in Boston. Daniel Reed froze mid-mop, his hands gripping the handle tightly. In the center, a small girl with pale blonde hair sat on a floor, rocking beside a sleek corporate sculpture, her face blank but eyes darting wildly. 5 suited executives stood helplessly, one woman whispering into her phone, "She's having an episode." "Where's her caretaker?" The girl's soft humming blended with the cold silence. Daniel stepped forward. "May I?" The guard blocked him. "That's the Voss girl. Last guy who tried was fired." Ignoring the warning, Daniel sat on the floor 5 feet away, in his blue janitor's uniform and worn boots. He pulled a bottle of dish soap from his cart and blew bubbles from the mop bucket water. The girl stilled, watching the iridescent spheres float up. From the mezzanine, a woman in a slate gray coat observed, "Lydia Voss, Billionaire CEO of Vostech." Her blonde hair in a tight bun, arms crossed. She watched her daughter, Lila, calm down. Lydia descended, heels clicking. "Mr. Reed," she said crisply. "Upstairs now." In her office, she stared. "Who taught you that?" Daniel met her gaze. "My daughter, Mia. She has sensory processing disorder. I taught special education before." Lydia leaned forward. "She didn't engage, not with doctors, specialists, or me. You calmed her with bubbles. Work with her twice a week. I'll compensate you." Daniel hesitated. "I'm a janitor. I can change that. No charity a job." He agreed. "No observers or cameras." She nodded. Less than 48 hours later, Daniel arrived at the penthouse with Mia, his small hand in hers. The space was stark, white walls, glass, no warmth. "I don't fix children," Daniel said quietly. "They're not broken." Lydia's arms crossed. "She's in her room." Daniel crouched to Mia. "Draw for a bit?" Mia nodded. "Is she the quiet girl?" "Yes." Mia tiptoed to the living room. Lydia watched. "She's obedient." "She's kind," Daniel corrected. In Lila's room, tall windows and precise toys, Lila curled in the corner, watching the city. Daniel sat 10 feet away, drawing. After a minute, he set a sketch down. Lila rose, picked it up, and sat next to him. Lydia, peeking through the cracked door, covered her mouth. Lila hadn't sat beside anyone in a year. Daniel drew a bubble. Lila reached for a crayon. Wordless magic unfolded. 15 minutes later, Daniel emerged. Lydia's face softened. "She drew with you." She started the conversation. Lydia furrowed her brow. She didn't speak. Talking and communicating aren't the same. In the kitchen, Lydia poured water. "I've tried everything. Therapy specialist from Sweden at $30,000 a week. How do I reach her?" "Daniel, let her reach you." She admitted, "I'm afraid of failing." "She needs you, not perfection." Silence rearranged them. Lydia whispered. She stopped talking after a fever. "Was it my fault?" "Daniel, parents always wonder, even when it's not theirs to carry." Mia wandered in with a drawing of 3 people. "For her, if she wants it." Lydia was surprised by the grace. "Could Lila join dinner sometime?" Lydia sharpened. "Here, safe. Not a playdate, a doorway." Lydia's posture shifted to fear. "I'm afraid of doing it wrong." "Daniel, she doesn't need perfection. Stop being CEO around her. We'll be here next Friday at 5. Lydia called. "She doesn't eat lobster." "Neither do we." Lydia traced safe on Mia's drawing, feeling like listening. "Do all rich people live in museums?" Mia's voice echoed in the penthouse foyer. Daniel chuckled, holding a picnic blanket. "Just those who forgot living rooms." Lydia appeared barefoot, hair loose. "I heard that." Mia blushed. "No apology needed, you're right. Too many walls." Daniel raised an eyebrow. "Self-awareness." "Lydia, don't get used to it." In Lila's room at sunset, Daniel spread the blanket. Mia arranged grapes, cheese, crackers, soft, safe. Lila watched from the corner. Daniel played soft piano. Mia drew a tree, girl under branches. Lila's fingers twitched. Daniel placed a blue crayon closer. Lydia watched from the doorway. Lila reached, drew. No words, just wax on paper, breathing, rediscovering voice. Daniel whispered to Lydia, "Safety arrives with stillness." "Why not me?" You don't sit on the floor. An hour passed. No outbursts. Lila took a grape from Mia. Mia giggled. She likes me. She's choosing you. Lila drew 3 figures, coloring the third's dress red. Lydia, that was my favorite color. Lila whispered, still eyes. Lydia sang, trembling. Healing in a whisper, a crayon. Later, Daniel folded the blanket. Lydia brought tea. She labeled red. She hasn't in 2 years. She remembered. Did I miss this because I didn't sit? You've stood so long, you forgot to kneel. Lydia laughed dryly. Poetic and true. Silence. Were you always gentle? Daniel, no, I fixed things. My wife was gentle. Leukemia took her 4 years ago. Lydia, sorry. She said, don't raise your voice. Lower your body. Lydia stared at her tea. I've done both wrong. Daniel, you're here. That's something. Lydia met his gaze as a mother, flawed, aching. I want to learn. Ask her favorite color tomorrow, even if you know. That night, Lydia watched Lila sleep with the blue crayon. Silence is loud. Daniel kissed Mia. Silence is love waiting for room. Tell me why we're doing this. Daniel adjusted his shirt, glancing at Mia, grinning with tote. Polite to accept invitations, and Lila asked you back. Heart pounding, they parked at the penthouse. Daniel carried wildflowers. Bring beauty, his wife's words. Mia, will she talk? She'll listen. Lydia greeted in blouse and slacks, barefoot. Flowers. For the room needs life, including us. The dining room softened. Round table, dim light candle. Lila sat with a crayon. Mia whispered, I brought this, pulling a hand-drawn menu. Lila's lips curved. Lydia watched like magic. Dinner, soft foods. No phone for Lydia. Progress. Silence ruled. Then Mia, color after dinner? Lila placed baked sweet potato in her mouth. Daniel froze. Lydia exhaled. She didn't eat yesterday. She's choosing this. Lila touched Mia's hand. Lydia gasped. Lila flinched. It's okay. Lila said, blue. Lydia dropped her fork. She remembers bubbles. Mia, she speaks in colors for safety. Lydia, I painted watercolors in blue. Daniel, you forgot she didn't. Later, girls played Bubble Kingdoms. Lydia dried dishes with Daniel. I built fortresses, walls too high. Not too late. She called you blue, comfort. What color are you? Red still is. Red burns and warms. Lydia glanced. Why single? Daniel, you ask while I'm in your sink? You could have said yes weeks ago. Didn't want a job, wanted to be useful. Lydia, you are saving us. Daniel, showing the door. As they left, Lila said, dinner again. The room felt like home. Do you have a minute? Daniel looked up from the mop to Greg Stanton, Vostech PR strategist in a suit. Not really, but you'll take it. Greg smiled. Story circulating, CEO, janitor, complicated child. Daniel's jaw tightened. Optics. She's eating, drawing, speaking. Greg, vulnerable. You're unconventional, single dad with no credentials. Yet she says my name. Greg, take leave quietly. Daniel, she needs what I represent, value without performance. That evening, Daniel's phone buzzed, access suspended. Mia, not seeing them. Daniel, not tonight. Grown-ups build walls when afraid. Across town, Lydia saw Lila rocking again. She sat on the floor. I didn't fight to keep him. Lila picked black crayon, drew 3 figures, one missing. Lydia shook. I'll fix this. Next day, Lydia arrived at Daniel's apartment. Mia opened. Miss Lydia? Lydia knelt. Is your dad home? Daniel appeared. They froze your access, threatening reassignment. Figured. I didn't stop it, that's on me. I told them I'd walk if they touched you. Daniel blinked. Risk all that. Lost Lila once, won't again. Mia tugged. She didn't eat. They returned, no press. Daniel carried soup, Mia crayons. Lila lifted head. Daniel unscrewed thermos, sent drifting. Mia held glitter, blue crayon. Missed you. Lila took it, drew circle, whispered, dinner again, please. Lydia cried, smiling. No one between this again. Daniel, build stronger. No walls, only open doors. The envelope on Lydia's island. Court seal. Lila's father files for custody. Daniel, dried hands. Says I'm unstable, exposing her to questionable view. Daniel, he wouldn't know Lila. Lydia, he's connected. Daniel, want me to back off? No. We fight. How? Stand beside her. I'll stand beside both. The courtroom smelled of leather and fear. Lila sat with Mia, clutching sketch pad in blue. Lydia stood grounded. Victor Ward smirked with his team. Attorney, Voss's state deteriorated, involving unqualified janitor. Chuckles. Lydia's attorney, methods changed. Results too. Lila speaks, eats connects. Mr. Reed to speak. Daniel, special education teacher 11 years. Left after wife's death. Lila brought me back. No labels, fewer walls. I listened, knelt. She trusted. Last time she looked you in the eye, Victor fumbled. Suits don't make credibility. Tone, rhythm do. Judge, thank you. Mia stood. Can I say something? Judge bent. You may. Mia show drawing. Eva's family, me dad, her. We're blue safe. Lila touched Mia's hand. Judge, Lila stays with Lydia. Reed participates. Outside reporters, relationship with janitor. Lydia, with truth, he's lived it longer. Blueprint slid across. Daniel, serious. Lydia, build where kids belong. Plans, open rooms, colors, soft lighting. Ward Reed room for inclusion. Daniel, sketch these in notebooks. Help build. Asking janitor to design. A father who listens, rarer than degrees. This changes parents too. Point to redeem silence. Construction in old building. Mia painted stars. Lila blue with yellow streak. Hope. Lydia in sneakers with swatches. Sitting on carpet rolls. Don't recognize myself. Not bad. Love was performance. Lila taught everything. Children care about showing up. If it fails, fall together. Opening day, balloons, families. No diagnosis questions. What color comms? Daniel showed father soft hands. Mia drew bubbles. Lila mimicked hum. Lydia stunned. Dreamed this, now breathes. Daniel, you stopped controlling air. Feared she'd never call me mom. But love speaks without labels. Daniel, you become unlabeled. Lydia laughed. Poetic. Life feels like one. That night they lingered. Thank you for meeting my daughter. Hands brushed. Not monument, a beginning. The garden. Abandoned benches, hardened soil. Daniel guided Lila's fingers around seedling. Mia pressed soil. Lydia held trowel and jeans. Wife's dream, wild places for kids. Bringing us back. Lila hummed by bluebells, painted yellow on mural. Lied. Lydia's throat tightened. First warm color. Lila held brush to Lydia. You do one. Lydia dipped in coral, stroked beside. Lila smiled. Daniel crossed from reaching her world to building together. She's architect. On bench, Mia, will it grow? Already is. Lydia never asked how she felt. Listening now. Saw you as fix, now first right thing I didn't control. Daniel, why tell me? Filled silence with noise. Ready to root. Lila's drawing, 3 figures, sky of stars. Home when we fit. Lydia pressed it. Lila whispered, stay here forever. They agreed, they already were. Blurry photo. Lydia barefoot laughing. Daniel brushing hand, painting behind. Tabloid, boardroom to bubbles. CEO falling for janitor. Viral by morning. Lydia's message, don't speak to press. Pale at center, resignation calls. Daniel, what do you think? Tired of being brand. Drawing surrounded them. Can resign gracefully. Daniel, don't call it noble. Center built on presence. What do I do? Stay. Even not headline. Remind world she's child. If I step back, Lydia, don't dare. Care what she says, your name means safe. Face together. Outside, protesters, reporters. Boardroom, Greg paced. Double drama. Invested in people. Liability. Greg circus. Donors pulling. Lydia, resign from you, not this. Built boardrooms, but proudest of daughters' hope and pain. Fire me, but not walking from growth. Not walking from man who reminded love doesn't ask permission. She walked out. On stairs, hands shook. Daniel Saturday, sure about exit, sure about you. Grew into love. Good strong. If lose everything. Daniel pulled Lila's drawing. Don't go. Stay, Blue. We stay. Lydia clutched it, ready to fight. Rain poured for press conference. Lydia at podium in sweater, jeans. Asked to explain. Not explaining, remembering who I forgot. Forgot the slow, see child as person. Forgot love unpolished. Man you wrote about taught listening, kneeling. If standing beside him costs penthouse, foundation matters more. Daughter chose blue safe. Added yellow hope. Hope means kneeling in dirt. Reporter, stepping down. Stepping up as mother, making space. Mr. Reed's role? Family. Video viral, comments human, more leaders like mothers. Felt seen with autistic son. Daniel watched Lila paint with boy. Mia, sunset with orange, red. Red means brave. Lydia, you were right, not saving her, letting her save me. Took you, presence, stillness. Told world your family. Hear from me, stay, because you want to. Daniel, unpacked. Lila, daddy, mommy, look, we made rainbow. 3 figures under arch. Lydia leaned on Daniel. Paints every color, feels safe. Room glowed from love. 6 months later, word read room pulsed. Reopening drew schools, families. Children drew barefoot. No corrections, lines as language. Daniel knelt with tapping boy. Beats. Drum with colors. Boy lit. Lila toured clouds here, whispering to kids. Lydia turned down interview. Focus on kids. Join folding stars. Stun press. Letting silence speak. Mia used PowerPoints, now hugs. Daniel chuckled. Growth. Lila handed star, 4 blue. Mia, yellow for hope. Lydia, red for bravery. Lila, family. Reverence. Ribbon cutting. Kids cut rainbow ribbon. Lila, I like colors, stars. 4 wrong puzzle pieces. Applause, tears. Ribbon fell. Movement began. Rooftop dinner. Pizza. City lights. Mia, always here. Lydia, belong. Lila leaned on Daniel. Home. Wind blue star. Lydia caught it. Love quiet says everything. Daniel came to teach kneeling. You learn to stay. Reminded not broken. Needed no labels. People who stay. In golden light, stars at feet. Lila who had now paint skylines. World learned to listen. Lila's voice. Tomorrow paint sky. Yes. If you like this story and want to hear more stories like these, please like, share, and subscribe to our channel. Have you ever found hope in the smallest gestures, like a bubble or a crayon? Please leave a comment and share your thoughts.